Session 90. Salesforce Reports and Dashboards. This session covers the full reporting layer: report types, formats, filters, formulas, dashboards, dynamic dashboards, subscriptions, and the most common mistakes admins make when building their first set of business intelligence reports. If your stakeholders are asking for data from Salesforce and you're not sure how to give it to them cleanly, this is the session. Reports in Salesforce live in the Reports tab. They are queries against your data displayed as tables or charts. Every report is built on a report type, which defines the set of objects and fields available in that report. Think of the report type as the schema of the report. It's the framework. The actual report is the question you ask within that framework. Standard report types are created and maintained by Salesforce. Common examples: opportunities, accounts, contacts, leads, cases, activities. These cover the majority of basic business reporting needs. Custom report types are created by administrators when you need relationships not covered by standard types. Example: accounts with or without contacts, where you also need fields from the account's parent object. If the standard types don't expose the fields you need, you build a custom type. Report formats. Tabular reports display data in rows with no grouping, like a spreadsheet. Useful for lists: all contacts created in the last 30 days, all open cases by priority. Summary reports group data by one or more fields and show subtotals. Group opportunities by stage and see the count and sum of amount at each stage. Matrix reports group data by both rows and columns. Revenue by account by month, for example. Powerful for cross-sectional analysis. Joined reports let you combine up to 5 report blocks, each from a different report type. Useful for side-by-side comparison of different datasets. Building a summary report. Add the objects and fields you need from the column picker, then drag a field to the group rows by section. Add summary fields: count, sum, average, max, min at the group level. The result: grouped rows with totals that make numerical data useful. You can group by up to 3 fields. Each group level adds a subtotal row. The grand total at the bottom aggregates the full report. Filters scope which records appear in the report. Standard filters at the top of every report. Date range filters by a date field on the primary object. Show all records, my team's records, etc. Field level filters add conditions. Stage equals closed won, close date in this quarter, amount greater than 10,000. Multiple conditions use and logic by default. You can change this to or using advanced filter logic. Cross filters are a more powerful filter type. Include records where a related object exists or doesn't exist. Example: filter the accounts report to show only accounts with at least one open opportunity or only accounts with no cases in the last 90 days. Cross filters use the with and without pattern. Formulas in reports. Row-level formulas let you calculate a value for each row: amount, cost, /amount to get margin percentage. Summary formulas calculate values at the group or grand total level, using summary fields as inputs. Bucket fields are a lightweight way to categorize field values within the report without changing the underlying data. Bucket numeric ranges: small deal, 0 to 10,000, medium deal, 10,000 to 50,000, large deal, 50,000 plus, or specific values. Bucket fields appear as regular columns in the report. Conditional highlighting applies color formatting to summary report cells based on value ranges. If the sum of amount at a stage group is below target, show red. Above target, show green. This is configurable per summary field and visible directly in the report table. Useful for at-a-glance pipeline health. Running a report. Reports run when you click Run, or you can edit them in Lightning Report Builder. The builder shows a live preview of data as you build, add fields, apply filters, drag groupings, and you see the impact immediately without submitting. Reports run by default with the permissions of the running user. Users see only the records they have access to via sharing rules and org-wide defaults. A report run as a system administrator returns all records. A report run as a sales rep returns only their team's records if the org default is private. Dashboards are collections of components that each display data from a source report. You need to create the report before you can add it to a dashboard. Dashboards live in a folder structure with the same folder sharing model as reports. Each dashboard has a running user, the person whose data access is used when the dashboard renders. If the running user is a sales manager, the dashboard shows all records visible to that manager. All dashboard viewers see the same data regardless of their own access. Dashboard component types: chart, bar, line, donut, funnel, scatter. Table, a grid of report data. Gauge shows a metric against a target range. Metric, a single large number, useful for KPIs like total pipeline or open cases. You can resize and reposition components on the dashboard canvas. Dynamic dashboards. Instead of one fixed running user, dynamic dashboards show each viewer their own data, as if the dashboard ran with the viewer as the running user. This is critical for sales rep dashboards. Each rep sees their pipeline, their accounts, their activity, not the full org. Requirements: Salesforce Enterprise Edition or higher. Each enabled dynamic dashboard uses one of your organization's dashboard allocation, varies by edition. The maximum number of simultaneous viewers for performance caching is configurable. Dashboard subscriptions. Users can subscribe to a dashboard and receive a notification, email, or in-app when the dashboard refreshes. You can also set conditional subscriptions. Only notify me when a metric crosses a threshold. Useful for monitoring SLA breaches, pipeline falling below target, cases unresolved beyond a time window. Report subscriptions work similarly. Schedule a report to run on a cadence, daily, weekly, monthly, and deliver results to specified email addresses or Salesforce users. The results land as an email attachment. Folder structure and sharing. Reports and dashboards live in folders. Folders can be shared with users, roles, public groups, or org-wide. A report in a private folder is visible only to its owner and administrators. A report in a shared folder is visible to whoever the folder is shared with. Best practice: plan your folder structure before building reports at scale. Categories by business unit, report type, or function. A flat list of 200 reports with no folder structure is not maintainable. Report builder tips. Use descriptive report names that include the date or version if the report is scheduled for regular use. Description field. Document what the report is for and who requested it. Filter the date range field to a sensible default, this fiscal year or this quarter, so stakeholders don't accidentally run it against all-time data. Save report filters as part of the saved report, not as something users need to set manually each time they run. Common mistake: building a report on the wrong object. If you want to see activities, tasks, and events on accounts, the correct report type is activities with accounts, not accounts. Starting with the wrong primary object means you won't have access to the fields you need and filters won't apply correctly. Another common mistake: report sharing via links. If you share a Salesforce report link with someone who doesn't have the right folder permissions, they can't see it. Check folder sharing before distributing report links. Report limits. A single report can display up to 2,000 rows in the UI browser. The full dataset is downloadable as CSV. Exports run against the full dataset. For reports that regularly exceed 2,000 rows, consider adding filters to scope the data more tightly, or export and use external analysis tools. Analytics and dashboards also have record limits per component. If your dashboard table component is truncating data, the source report may be returning more records than the component can display. Custom report types. When to build them. Build a custom report type when the standard type doesn't include the related object you need. You want to expose custom object relationships. You need to specify whether the related records must or may not exist, affecting the join behavior. When creating a custom report type, you define the ABC relationship chain. At each step, you choose whether the B records must have or may not have the next related object. This determines whether the report excludes records without the relationship, inner join behavior, or includes all, outer join behavior. Einstein Analytics, now called Salesforce Analytics or CRM Analytics on some editions, is the advanced analytics layer built on top of Salesforce data. It offers more sophisticated visualizations, predictive scoring, and direct integration with Salesforce data without export. It's licensed separately and goes beyond what native reports and dashboards can do. For most reporting needs in Salesforce, native reports and dashboards are sufficient. The criteria for analytics: large data volumes, complex cross-object analysis, predictive features, or external data source integration. Summary: report types define the available objects and fields. For formats: tabular, summary, matrix, joined. Filters scope records, standard, field level, cross filters. Formulas and bucket fields add calculated columns. Dashboards display report data visually with component types and folder sharing. Dynamic dashboards personalize the view per user. Subscriptions automate delivery and notifications. Session 91 next. Salesforce integrations, APIs, middleware, and how data moves between systems. Full course at realsyllabus.com.